President Uhuru Kenyatta is tomorrow set to unveil the country's return to normalcy plan that will include the easing of some of the containment measures imposed to curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, preceding the 12th address to the nation will be a national COVID-19 conference bringing together various stakeholders to review the country's response in the fight against the disease and recommend proposals on how a possible second wave can be contained. But as our very own Chemtai Goin reports, the Kenya Medical Association is calling for a cautious approach to the reopening, even as it proposes the lifting of the dusk to dawn curfew to facilitate the resuscitation of the country's economy. Take a listen.
It will be the 12th address to the nation, 196 days since the first COVID-19 case was reported in the country. So far, 37,000 people have been infected, with 691 others succumbing to its effects. The virus, which has literally grounded the country's economy, resulting in a partial lockdown that saw a dawn-to-dusk curfew imposed, ban on gatherings, closure of entertainment joints, including a ban on sale of alcohol in bars and restaurants, and restriction of operation hours for eateries. President Kenyatta's address coming amid high expectations from a population that is pushing for a return to normalcy. The president is expected to either lift or extend the dawn-to-dusk curfew, announce possible dates of reopening for learning institutions, and also reopening of bars and entertainment joints, including the sale of alcoholic drinks in public places. Pubs and Restaurants Association Nairobi chairman Franklin Mbogo says they are optimistic that proposals to have their working hours reviewed and that the curfew be either lifted or extended to 11 o'clock will be accepted. Mbogo says over 400,000 workers have been affected and may not even be able to pay school fees for their children as the government mulls the reopening of learning institutions. But before the address will be yet another COVID-19 conference chaired by President Kenyatta, where stakeholders will review the government's response and attempt to chart Kenya's post-COVID future to include adapting to the new normal of living with the virus. But the Kenya Medical Association, despite backing calls for the lifting of the curfew and for phased reopening, warned the government of a possible second wave of infections that could be worse.
We also need information to be provided what preparedness as measures have been put in place to handle any potential surge in transmission when we open in Israel, in UK. They have gone back. They started locking down the country again, and we don't want to go back to that April-May period where our economy was very badly affected.
The doctors say the testing strategy had not managed to give the accurate picture of the rate of infection.
Kenya has a population of 50 million Kenyans. If you look at the data that you have been given, the tests you have done so far is actually a fraction. It doesn't even make 1% of the population of this country. And that's why we encourage that we need to do screening, which we have antibody screenings in the market.
Over the past few weeks, the country's positivity rate has gone down. The government keen on the support of Kenyans in maintaining a 5% and below positivity rate, evidence of gradual flattening of the curve. This as scientists continue to work on a vaccine that will finally bring the COVID-19 nightmare to an end. Chemtai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.